Alright, now going back into that Morphe palette, I'm going to take that wine color and I'm going to pop that into my crease. And I'm going to drag it all the way across. And this is basically just going to define my crease some more, add some depth to it. I didn't want to go too dark, so this will transition really well. Make sure that you blend the shadow really well. You want it to be seamless. You want both colors to look like they are merging. So take your time and blend really well. Alright, so now it's time to cut the crease. This is my absolute favorite part of doing eyes. I just feel like cutting your crease just really opens your eyes and make it a lot bigger. So I'm using this Revolution concealer, and I got it in the color C13. And because I have hooded eyes, I have to put some on the lid and look up to cut where the actual highest point will go. So you'll see me looking up. Now I have the line of demarcation, and I'm gonna cut that bad boy out. Next, I'm taking the Inglot liner in the color 94, and it's like a shimmery gold color. I'm going to apply that to the line of where the concealer went, so the highest point of that cut crease. And I'm just going to trace over that line, winging it out. And this is going to be the starting point for where we're going to apply our glitter. You can make this line as thin or thick as you want. So if you make a mistake, you can always just go back over it and make it a little thicker. Jumping into the glitter, I'm going to use this color from J. LaRue Cosmetics. It's in the shade Lemonade, and we're basically going to pop that glitter on that line that we just created. Please make sure that you are very light-handed when dipping your brush into that pigment, because it's a really fine powder and a little goes a long way. So I didn't have to put too much on the brush. Actually, I just dipped it into the lid and I applied that to the line. Now I'm just going back in with that definer brush, and I'm just going to pop that wine color into the crease area just to make the color pop some more. Sometimes when you apply glitters or another color just below it, it'll kind of fade out. So I'm just going back in and defining that color. Alright, so we're almost done with the eyes. What we're going to do is take that orange color and we're going to sweep that underneath our bottom lash line. That's basically going to just brighten up the eye, make it pop a little bit more. Alright, so now we're going to go in with the NYX ink liner, and this is a really pigmented liner. It bleeds like an ink pen, so make sure that you take your time. But what I found out is that if you take short strokes and just kind of build to get the desired look and shape of your wing liner, it won't get too messy. So onto the foundation, I'm going to take a damp beauty blender, and this is just a regular beauty blender that I got from like the beauty supply store. And I just dampen it with some rose water, and I apply my foundation. The foundation that I'm using today is by Fenty Beauty, and I forgot what color I am. I'll have to link it in the description bar below. But basically I'm going to take a few pumps of that. Now I usually have to mix this because it is a little too light for me. Like, this is more of a summertime spring color for me, but I'm going to do the best that I can to blend it. I put too much on, but basically I just go light in the beginning and then I just kind of darken it up as I go. Alright you guys, so the technique that I'm using to apply my foundation is what I call the pouncing method. And basically I use the beauty blender to apply my foundation because I have textured skin and really large pores. So if I was to use a brush to apply my foundation, it really is just going to sweep across my face, and it's not going to be as flawless as I would like it. So again, depending on your skin texture, you can use the beauty blender method or you could use the brush, but I find that this method works best for my skin type. Alright, so now I'm just going back in with a foundation color that's a little bit darker, and again, I usually mix them at the same time, but kind of forgot. So I'm just going to go back over with a little darker shade, and it's just going to look more skin-like again. As far as matching my chest color, it just looks more natural. Alright, so now to bake. We're going to press that translucent setting powder into our skin, typically under your eye area, your nose, above your lip, and below your chin. And I did use a different color translucent setting powder for this, and I'm not too fond of it. It actually came out really orangey yellow, so I may have to save this for my clients. But basically, I'm just going to allow that to soak up any excess oil and to give us a matte finish. All right, now we're just going to sweep away any of the excess powder from baking, and we're going to go in with our bronzer. All right, so this is the bronzer from Iman, and it's an Earth 9, I believe. And I'm not gonna really contour. I'm just gonna pop it into my cheek areas just to kind of give it some depth and to carve out my face. So not too harsh, but just something to make it look more defined. So the good Lord was funny and he blessed me with a very unique nose. So I have to tone it down. So I'm going to take this angled brush and I'm going to use some of that bronzer just to kind of slenderize it, make it a little bit more longer and slimmer.
Drop.
Now I'm just taking a large fluffy brush and I'm going to blend that line so it doesn't look so harsh. Now I'm going to go in with some blush. I'm taking that middle color, it's called Ginger, and I'm going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks. And I do drag it up slightly towards the ear, and it just basically gives a more transitioned effect. Alright, so on to one of my favorite parts. I'm going to be using the Profusion Luminizer 2 highlighter palette, and I'm using the color Interstellar, and basically it's going to highlight the highest points of your cheeks, and it's also going to give you a beautiful glow. So I went ahead and popped that color on the tip of my nose, just above my brows, just to kind of give it a more well-rounded glow. Alright, so now that everything's blended out, we're going to go ahead and pop some mascara on our natural lashes. And I'm just applying a very light coat just in preparation for the false lashes. So now for our falsies, this is just a mega pack that I ordered online. I don't remember the name or the style, but I'm just gonna go ahead and pop those on my lash line. So to finish off the eyes, I'm going to take that same highlighter color that I used for my cheeks, and I'm going to pop that into my inner tear duct. Alright, so for the lips, I'm going to go in with this dark brown lip liner from Sally Beauty Supply, and I'm going to just line my lips in preparation for our lip color.
Drop.
Alright, so to finish this lip off camera, I went ahead and applied my lip color, which was the MAC Espresso, and I did pop in a nude color in the center and blended that out. And to finish, we're going to set our entire face using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. So I just sprayed my entire face, and it is all good to go. I hope you guys really enjoyed this makeup tutorial. Let me know if you have any questions, any suggestions. Also, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.